Hello everyone, welcome back to Machine Shorthand, and we are now in our week 2. So before we move on, please have with you your modules so that you will have a guide in our discussion. Okay, so I hope you have your modules with you. So if you're going to see in the topic given for this week, we are going to tackle about the proper posture, finger placement, and keystroking when handling or when using a steno machine. Okay, so first we're going to talk about the proper posture. When you say proper posture, ito yung proper position or proper way of sitting, proper way of placing the hands or the arms in the, the hands in the machine. Okay, so lahat yon may proper way. So bakit kailangan may proper way? So kung natapos ninyo yung fundamentals of keyboarding, I think natakal din doon kung ano yung proper way of sitting down, yung proper posture din nga when it comes to typing in the keyboard. So, di ba may ganon? Ngayon, the same is true with machine shorthand or machine shorthand. Bakit kailangang sinusunod ang proper posture? So, kung bakit kailangang sinusunod yung proper posture is to avoid having an injury due to overuse or due to improper placing or improper positions na maaaring nagiging habit when it comes to while using the steno machine. Okay, so imagine, as I've said dun sa mga previous videos natin, ang mga gumagamit ng mga machine shorthand or yung mga steno machines ay yung mga stenographers who are working in the courts. So, yung mga steno machine users natin or yung mga stenographers natin na gumagamit ng steno machines, maghapon yan. Maghapon na nagtatatype sila. Okay? Magtahapon na nakaupo lang sila. Kasi nga, maghapon din yung hearing. Good for those who have like 4 or 5 stenographers that take turns in doing the taking down of notes during hearings. Mabuti sa kanila or good for them. But then, there are instances where they only have 2 or dun sa pinaka-worst na case scenario is mag-isa lang siya. So, bakit pwedeng mag-isa lang siya? Kasi there are instances na like, nagkasakit yung isa, or nagkasakit silang 3 or 2, so isa na lang yung natira to handle all these recordings for the whole day. So now, if you're not going to use the proper posture with that type of job, typing the whole day and sitting down for the whole day, what could be yung magiging result? So, let's say na pwede kang magkaroon ng back pains, pwede kang magkaroon ng shoulder pains kung hindi maayos yung pagkakaposition mo nung kamay mo. So you're going to suffer from shoulder pains or elbow pains or wrist pains due to overworking or overuse. And then, of course, yung back pains, kung matagal ka na hindi tama yung posture or yung position mo, magsasuffer ka ng back pains. And these pains will, if not given the proper treatment or immediate treatment, it could lead to something more serious. Tama? It could lead to something more serious or something more serious that could hinder you from working or doing your daily routines, daily jobs, daily work, daily activities as a normal person. So this is why this is why we have this, what we call the proper posture. So for you to be able to para maiwasan yung pagkakaroon ng mga ganitong situations or yung mga back pains, yung mga wrist pains or injuries, ganyan, you have to follow the proper posture when handling or when using our steno machine. Okay? So first, you have to place your machine on its tripod. Bakit kailangan sa tripod? Pwede naman pong sa table. Pwede naman pong kahit saan na lang. Okay? So, bakit? It's because the tripod is syempre nandyan na nga yung tripod di ba? Kasali na nga dun sa set nung machine. Bakit hindi mo gamitin? Di sayang kasi may bayad din yan. And aside from that, the tripod gives you the proper height that is needed when using the machine. So, yung proper height, importante yon. If you're typing on a steno machine which is very high, or if it's very low, nakakangawit. So, when you say nakakangawit, of course, if you're going to continue doing your job while nangangawit ka, ano yung magiging effect nun? Syempre magkakaroon ka or magkakaroon ng makaka-develop ka ng pains, especially in the shoulder. Yan. Or if not in the shoulder, sa neck, usually, di ba, maktangan. Tama ba? Maktangan. Okay, so that is why you have to use the machine tripod so that hindi ka na mahirapan dun sa pag-adjust nung machine when using it. Okay? So next, sit back in your chair with feet flat on the floor, one ahead of the other. When they say sit back on your chair, that means you have to sit erect. Do not slouch. Slouching for a long period of time could result to pagkakuba, pagkakuba, because it's going to, of course, deform your backbones, right? It's going to deform your backbone since you're slouching like let's say 6 hours or 5 hours a day, and that would be like 5 days a week. And then, how many days is that in 1 month? So, ano mangyayari? Unti-unting magde-deteriorate yung backbone mo. So, unti-unti kang makukuba. So, when using the machine shorthand, make sure that you are always sitting erect. Pero hindi naman sitting erect na very rigid. Syempre, relax lang din. Okay, so with your feet flat on the floor, one ahead of the other. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Okay, kung I think all of us are able to watch like marathons, ganun siguro, or yung mga race, anong tawag nila doon? Track and field, 'di ba? Pagka ready, get set, go, yung mga athletes, 'di ba, naka 1 foot forward. Ganon din sa paggamit ng machine shorthand. Hindi dapat parallel yung inyong paa. Parallel meaning agkabatog. Hindi dapat. So, dapat yung isa forward, ahead, naka-forward ng konti compared dun sa kabila. Bakit? So, katulad din nung mga nagre-ready, set, go na mga athletes, ganun din when it comes to using the steno machine, dapat naka-ready, set, go ka din. Because why? It gives you buwelo. Alam niyo yung buwelo, 'di ba? May buwelo, kaya nga nakaganon yung mga track and field athletes natin, kasi nga para magkaroon sila ng buwelo. So ganun din when using the steno. Kung bakit kailangang naka one ahead of the other yung isang paa is because for you to be able to have that buwelo. Okay? So next, place the machine within comfortable reach so you do not stretch forward to the keyboard. Anong ibig sabihin yan? When you say comfortable reach, hindi yung pag-abot pa lang pinagpapawisan ka na. Hindi naman. Pero para hindi kayo mahihirapan na abutin yung keyboard. So you have to put the machine where you can reach it comfortably or relax. You can reach it while you are in a relaxed position. Not too far, kasi nakakangawit kapag ka masyadong malayo, inaabot mo, right? And not too near either, kasi nga nakakangawit din yun kapag ka masyadong malapit. Tama? So, ayan, let's move on to the next one. The arms are relaxed and held close to the body. So, that is why you have to put the machine within comfortable reach. Kasi nga, kailangan yung mga arms, yung mga braso mo, is hold close to the body. So, as you can see here in the picture illustrated here in our lesson discussion, everything that we have discussed as of now, is shown by this woman here sitting. So, makikita ninyo dyan, yung height ng steno machine that is on top of a tripod. Dapat knee, just above the knee yung level, and then yung arms close to the body, and then the keyboard is within comfortable reach while the woman is sitting erect. Okay, so ganyan dapat yung postura or yung posture mo when using the machine shorthand or the steno machine. Okay, so now let's move on to the next one, the placement of fingers on the keyboard. So, as you can see in your module ulit, we have 3 boxes here. First box from the left is yung box na nag-explain kung ano yung nasa left hand or ano yung ipapress ng left hand. And then in the middle box is the steno machine with the fingers in it. And then, of course, lastly, we have the right hand, which is located on the right part of your module. So, ano ba yung proper placement ng fingers? So, if you have tried using or kung kasi when I was in college and we had this fundamentals of shorthand, we are also taught, yeah, right? We are also taught how to properly place the fingers in the keyboard. And then, 'di ba meron siyang kumbaga tinatawag nilang home keys. Merong tinatawag na home keys. Kung saan, kahit na pagkadami-daming keys doon sa keyboard, pagkadami-daming letters, merong tab, merong caps lock, merong shift, churva, merong home key na tinatawag kung saan yung fingers mo, upon using it or upon putting down your fingers on the keyboard, dun dapat nakaposisyon yung inyong mga fingers. So, yun yung tinatawag nilang home keys. So, sabi dito sa module, your slightly curved fingers should be placed in the home position of the keyboard as follows. So, ayan. The fingers of the left hand are placed over the crack between the upper and the lower rows of the 4 initial consonant keys. So, I will be showing you kung paano siya. So, please bear with me. So, this is a free trial version. So, ayan. As you can see, this is the keyboard. Since I'm not using a machine, I'm not using a machine or a steno machine, everyone. Our machine got retired without even, being used. Ayan. So, we shifted into, kumbaga, an alternative. So, I've searched on the internet how I would be able to teach this the best I can, since I also do not okay, so nililinaw ko, as I've said on our last video, this is also my first time. I haven't been this was not taught during my college days, so I'm learning this on my own, and I'm hoping that you will learn it with me as well. So let's learn it together. Ganon yon. Okay, so ayan, as I was saying, ang sinasabi nila dito sa ating module, yung nasa right hand or nasa left hand is yung ating S. Ayan. So, yan yung ating left hand. So, ang nasa left hand or ang mga keys na kay left hand is yung ating S, yung ating K, yung ating T, yung ating W, yung ating P, yung ating R, and then yung ating H. So, these are for the right hand, yung 4 na fingers for the left hand. I'm sorry. These are the letters for the left hand. Yung 4 na fingers ng left hand excluding yung ating thumb. Now, the thumb is responsible for pressing yung ating A and yung ating O. So, this is for the left hand. Inuulit ko, for the left hand, we have S, we have T, we have K, we have P, we have W, we have H, we have R. And then, for the thumb, we have A and O. Okay? So, wag niyong pansinin yung nasa output na taas. Ang tignan ninyo is this one. Ito po ang tignan ninyo here. This part here. Okay? So, this is what I'm trying to explain. Next, let's move on to our right hand. So, in our right hand, for our right hand, we have R, we have F, we have B, we have P, we have G, L, S, T, and Z, D. Okay? And for the thumb, we have E and U. So, nakita ninyo? So, these are the keys on the steno machine. So, we have, ayan. Disregard, sabi dyan sa inyong module, disregard the asterisk. Okay? So, disregard the asterisk. Now, when we say home keys, kung saan dapat nakarest yung inyong, lahat ng inyong fingers dapat nakarest doon, not unless you're going to use that finger to type on a particular key. So, doon lang siya lilipat. Pero, if it's on the rest, or if it's at rest, ang inyong mga fingers should stay dito. Nakita nyo? Dun sa middle. So, for example, this SS here, we have 2S. Your pinky, your left pinky should stay in the middle of these two. Yan. Dito sa middle. Nakita nyo yung middle na yan? So, that would be the place where you're going to put your middle, your pinky finger on the left. And then, the right should stay here, sa gitna din ng T and K. Yung inyong ring finger sa left should stay in the middle of T and K. And then, yung inyong P and W, dapat nasa center din. Yung middle finger ninyo nasa center ng P and W. And then, yung inyong H and R, ayan, dapat nasa middle part din. And then, your A and your O, syempre yung the fifth final consonant keys, these remain uncovered. Okay, so, saglit, tignan natin. Okay, so the thumbs are placed in a slight diagonal across the vowel keys. The left thumb across A and O, and the right. So, anong ibig sabihin? So, parang lang din, parang nandyan din. In the middle of A and O. Ayan, naka-rest dyan. And then, yung kabila naman, we have F and R. Oops, sorry. We have F and R. Dapat nasa gitna din yung inyong point finger on the right. And then, yung inyong PB, nandun yung inyong left finger. No, I'm sorry. Yung inyong middle finger for the right. And then, yung inyong ring finger for the right, we have L and G. And we have TS, yung inyong pinky, nandun din sa TS, sa gitna ng T and S. And then, yung DZ, sinasabi nila kanina, the one that I've read a while ago, DZ remained uncovered. But, yung inyong pinky pa rin ang responsible in typing those letters. Okay? So, that is what we call the home keys. Ayan, yan yung inyong home keys. So, para malinaw, since I've already explained how, let's just search for, papakita ko na lang sa inyo kung saan. Steno machine, home key. Okay, so pakiantay na lang ng konti. So here, I'm sorry, medyo mabagal. Mabagal yung ating net. Okay, so nakikita naman ninyo dito, right? Nakikita naman dito yung ayan. Hintayin na. Oh, yan. Okay. So, nakikita naman, di ba? Yun yung ibig sabihin, nasa gitna ng mga fingers ninyo, nasa gitna yung mga fingers ninyo dun sa dalawang magka-align na letters. So, ganyan yung proper home keys na tinatawag, proper procedure, proper placement of fingers while at rest. Okay? So, ayan. So, let's move on to our discussion. Na-discuss ko na kung ano yung mga dapat ano yung mga keys na nasa right hand, ano yung mga keys na nasa left hand. Okay, so now let's move on to the key stroking. The stroke is from the fingers and wrist and not from the arm. So, anong ibig sabihin nito? Yung stroke or yung force ng pag-stroke mo wala dapat stress dun sa arms. Ang stress na or yung force kung saan siya nanggagaling is yung fingers and your wrist. So, that is why it is very important for you to be able to relax your wrist and your fingers when typing. Para nang sa ganon, hindi siya mapagod, hindi siya mangawit, and maiiwasan mong magkaroon ng tinatawag natin na overuse injury. So, kasi nga, yung force or yung pagod is yung fingers and your wrist ang nagbe-bear. O siya yung sila yung, nagbe-bear. Next, keep all the fingers in position and close to the keyboard except the ones being used. So, as I was saying a while ago, meron tayong mga proper position or yung mga home keys na tinatawag. So, that is where you're going to keep your fingers on when it's not in use. Kung hindi kayo nagta-type or kung, let's say for example, nag-type kayo, ibalik ninyo agad yung finger ninyo dun sa home keys. Okay, naiintindihan po ba? So, the same is true. Yung technique na ito or this rule is the same when you're using yung keyboard. So, parehas lang. So, you have to keep all your fingers in position. Next, speed comes from proper finger control and lack of unnecessary motion. So, ito yung sinasabi ko din na when you're done typing that particular letter na kailangan mong i-type, ibalik mo agad yung fingers mo dun sa position. Bakit kasi siya naka-position? Kasi nga, di ba, yung mga fingers kasi natin, meron silang designated letters. So, when you're in the proper position or when you're in the home keys, that particular finger will be able to reach yung mga letters or yung mga keys na siya yung may hawak or siya yung nagta-type. Okay? So, ayan, that is why you have to control your fingers and not to do unnecessary motions. Para lang sa ganun, walang, 'di ba, kumbaga istorbo no palaging nasa kabilang keys yung fingers. Instead na madali mo na lang i-press yung nasa babang key since nandun ka sa taas at wala ka dun sa center or wala ka dun sa key position, nahihirapan kang abutin yung keys. So, since nahihirapan kang abutin yung keys, it will take you more time in pressing it. Tama? So, kung wala kang unnecessary motion and when your fingers are always on the home keys, madali mo na lang or mabilis lang magtipa. Kasi nga, abot-abot nung mga fingers mo lahat ng mga keys or mga letters na siya yung naka-responsible or siya yung responsible na mag-type. Tama? So, ayan. Clean, clear outlines are obtained with a quick but firm touch with the tip of the finger. So, when you say clean, clear, dapat paano mo siya makukuha or paano mo ma-achieve yung clean and clear outlines or yung clean and clear letters on yung dun sa paper. So, I think this is no longer applicable, but it was added there since may mga models pa rin talaga. Tulad nung model natin sa school, yung ating shorthand or yung machine shorthand is an old model where it uses ink and yung paper rolls. Tama ba? Or yung paper. Syempre, kailangan mo dun kasi nga since it's ink, parang typewriter siya na whatever you press, lumalabas dun sa paper. Ganon yung style eh. Now, if you're not, kumbaga hindi mo na press ng maigi yung letters or yung keys na press mo, syempre hindi siya magkakaroon ng print or imprint dun sa paper na malinaw. So, you have to press it firm but quick. Now, hindi naman na yata to applicable if we're going to use this. The one that I've shown you a while ago, yung parang demo style. Kasi nga, hindi naman na tayo mag-preprint sa papel. Diretso naman, kumbaga naka-soft copy naman na siya, 'di ba? Kasi nga application. So hindi mo na siya kailangan sa paper i-print. Okay? Pero yun pa rin, you have to be quick and firm when pressing your keys as well, kahit na hindi na siya sa papel naka-print. Kasi nga, yun pa rin yung isang technique na kailangan mong i-master. Nang sa ganon, mas maging mabilis ka when it comes to typing. Okay po. So, next, do not pound the keyboard. Soft touch naman yung mga keyboards natin. So, hindi mo siya kailangang puwersahan. Puwersahan ba? Or diinan masyado. Don't pound on it. Yun nga, diba? Quick but firm. Touch. Touch naman ang sabi doon, hindi naman pound. So, ayan. Next, try to write by touch and not look at your fingers or the machine or the paper tape. So, anong ibig sabihin neto? So, when we were students in fundamentals of fundamentals of ano na nga pala yun? Yung may keyboarding. So, when we were students in that, isang training sa amin, yung hindi namin tinitignan yung keyboard. So, yung mata namin nakakita lang dun sa screen. Okay, so, yun yung tinasabi nila na write by touch. Yung hindi mo kailangang tinitignan yung keyboard, dapat yung tinitignan mo lang is yung tao na nagsasalita. So, that is how you are going to be able to type faster. Kasi nga, memorize mo na which finger types which and where in the keyboard is this key. So since memorize mo na siya, kumbaga, nagkakaroon na ng sariling mata yung kamay mo. Hindi mo na kailangang tinitignan yung keys kasi the more that you look at the keys in the keyboard, the more you get confused. So, parang hinahanap mo pa. So, yung kailangan mong i-memorize yung mga keys. So, syempre, sa start, as we are still learning, na nagle-learn din naman ako, medyo mahihirapan tayo. So, every now and then, we still have to look at the keyboard. But, of course, as we move on, as we practice, as we move forward, as we do more of this stenotyping, then definitely we will be able to do this, yung write or typing by touch. Okay, since, diba, of course, we were able to do it with the keyboard, nung keyboarding, so it's not impossible for us to be able to achieve this also while using the steno machine. Okay, so, ayan. Next, the machine letter equivalents. Okay, so alam naman ninyo na yung ating keyboard sa machine steno only have like, let's see, ilang keys lang ang meron sa keyboard natin. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22 plus yung dalawang asterisk. So, we have 24 letters. And maraming letters ang absent. Kasi may mga letters tayo na nauulit. Nandun sa right and then nandun sa left. So, for example, we do not have letter I here in the steno machine. We only have A, U, E, and O. So, may mga letters na missing. So, paano siya na i-fill in? Paano siya na-fill in? So, here are your letters. So, yan. Letter A is, of course, we already have the A. So, A pa rin yung itatype mo. Now, letter B, in the initial or in your left hand, wala tayong letter B doon. So, let's see. Tignan natin. Tignan natin dun sa ating... Okay. So, let's try. Tignan natin kung totoo ba yung pinagsasabi nito. Pakiantay na lang po. Okay, so, as you can see here, dito kayo tumingin sa ating shorthand equivalent or machine steno keyboard equivalent. So, we have yung letter A. So, we have yung ating letter A. Yan. So, we have the letter A. Nakita ninyo, lumabas doon. Letter A, lumabas doon. Letter A. Now, let's try yung letter B. So, when you say B, it's PW. So, we have, oops, I'm sorry. We have P and we have W. Oops. Pero about na yung lumabas. Okay, so bakit about, ma'am? Bakit po about yung lumabas? Kasi nga, kung bakit about yung lumabas, meron na kasing built-in na dictionary siya. So, yung B, which is PW, isa siyang, ano yung tinatawag natin sa shorthand writing or sa steno writing. It's a, anong tawag doon? Oh my gosh, na-blanco ako. Yung my phrase, derivatives. Yung my phrase and derivatives na ano. Basta, yun. I'll think of it later. So, let's try ba. Okay, so you see, PW and A. Ayan. So, we have PW is equivalent to B and then yung ating A. Nakita ba ninyo? So, PW, this is very exciting. Oh my gosh, this is my first time to do this. So, we have PW and A, ba. You see? So, PW is equals to B and A is equals to A. Now, letter C. C stands for K. Like, for example, let's say cat. We have K here. K. And then we have A. And then on the final, we have T. So, you see? Cult. No. That's not. Let's do it again. We have K, we have A, and T. CAD. You see? So, K, nakita niyo yung K doon. I pressed K, and then A, and then D. So, yung equivalent niya with the dictionary, yung K is D. See? So, ayan. K is D. Next, yung ating susunod is yung ating D. D, we have, it's represented by TK. So, on the initial or in the left hand, we have T and K. So, we have T, TK, TK. You can see there, it's TK. Nakikita ba ninyo na it's colored green, yung T and K? That means I'm already pressing it. So, dad. So, let's say dad. Or, yeah, dad. So, we have A, and let's add. Okay, so, ganyan na. Pure yung ating. Da. Okay, so there you go. So, we have TK is representing letter D. Okay po. TK is letter D. Next, we have E, the same, EE, the same on the final and on the initial, the same E. Next, we have H, the same H. So, bakit ma'am walang final yung H? Kasi wala pong sound yung H kapag ka nasa last part, right? Wala siyang sound. So, hindi mo na siya kailangang i-press. Next, we have I. So, I is EU. There. I. You see? I pressed EU here. This is what I pressed here, the EU. And then, what came out on the output is the I. Okay? So, ayan. It will be a very, very long time if I'm going to try and type everything on this one. So, what I'm asking you here is to try and familiarize yourselves with these letters wherein it's missing on the steno keyboard, right? I-memorize na lang ninyo yung mga, tawag dito, yung mga equivalent nila na letters kasi these are combination of letters. As you can see, kung ano yung absent, meron siyang equivalent na combination of letters. So, what I want you to do is to familiarize yourselves with this. And, ayan, so now let's move on to the next part of our lesson, which is the steno order. So, ano po yung steno order? So, the steno order is showing that this is the arrangement of these letters. Okay? Hindi pwedeng mauna yung P dito bago yung P doon. So, ano yung ibig sabihin nun? Kapag magkasabay mo na prines si S, and then si R, and then si O, ano yung magiging position nito dun sa papel or dun sa screen? So, it's going to be like S-O-R. Ganyan. So, hindi mo pwedeng sabihin, gagamitin mo, let's say, ano ba yung Pat. Let's say Pat. Okay, Pat. You cannot use the P here and then the A here and then press that T there. What's going to appear in the screen would be baligtad. Since nauna nga si T before si P, kapag ka-type mo yung tatlo na yan at yung iti-type mo is Pat, hindi yun ang lalabas dun sa screen. What's going to appear is tap. T, A, P. Yung T, P, A pala. Kasi nga nauna ulit itong P kesa dun sa A. So, that is why we have what we call yung steno order, wherein, or yung ano din, yung initial and final consonants. So, kung ano yung mga mauuna na letters, dito mo siya kukunin. And kung ano yung mga nasa last part na letters, dito mo naman siya itatype. Okay, so yun yung ibig sabihin ng steno order. Each of these letters have their own place or have their own proper places na hindi na pwedeng magpalit-palit in the screen or in the paper. So, ayan, hindi katulad nung, 'di ba, kapag typewriter kasi pwedeng magkaiba-iba, right? Pwedeng mag-iba-iba yung kumbaga, kasi 'di ba paisa-isa lang yung pagta-type kasi when it comes or when using typewriter, paisa-isa lang yung pag-type. Not unlike dito sa steno machine na sabay-sabay mong press yung mga letters. Okay, so that is why they have to do this or they have to use this what we call the steno order nang sa ganon hindi magkalito-lito. That is why we also have this initial and we also have this final consonants, which shows na yung initial is the first letter or the first letter in the word that you are trying to type, and then yung final is also the last letter or the ending letter nung tinatype mo na word. So, ma'am, paano po kapag ka mahaba yung word, like 3 syllables or, di ba, like 3 syllables? So, what you're going to do is type per syllable. Ganon yung technique dito sa steno. Nagta-type sila per syllable. For example, homely, or not homely. Ano ba yung term? Let's say, banana. So, they're going to type ba, and then na, and then na. Ganon yung typing. Hindi pwede na banana na sunod-sunod kasi wala dyan. Hindi siya pwede kasi nga meron tayong tinatawag na steno order. Okay, so that's all. I think that is all for the discussion. Now we have a requirement here. So if you're going to look at the Roman numerals 3 of your module, for the requirements, it says there in activity 1 na make a list of 51 syllable words. Enter your list to the first column of the table given below. Transcribe these words using the alphabet distribution given in the lesson. So what you're going to do is list 50 words. Single syllable word. Yung cat, ano pa ba? Top, cat. Hindi yung cat, di ba kanina cat na pusa, ngayon naman cat, yung C-U-T. Okay, so ganun yung mga single or CVCs, consonant, vowel, consonant words natin. And then try to use the given table ng distribution or alphabet distribution or key equivalent ng mga letters na yan. I-transcribe ninyo dun sa column ng machine equivalent. Okay, so give 50. And then next we have yung lab. So, if you're going to come to school, please make sure to message me para ma-schedule natin. And, ayan, paalala lang, we are using keyboards. Okay, so we are using keyboards para hindi kayo mabigla na pagdating ninyo dito. Baka sabihin ninyo, ma'am, nasan po yung machine shorthand? Nasan po yung steno machine natin? So, wala na po tayong steno machine. Though, I can show you the machine since we still have it here, but it's no longer working. So, if you're going to do your activity in the lab, what we're going to use is the computer keyboard. And just like what I've been showing you a while ago, yung software na ginagamit natin online, so that's also what you're going to use to type this here, type these letters here. So, ayan, be prepared. I'm just kidding. Anyway, it needs a lot of practice. Me as well, I'm also practicing. Since yun nga, as I've said, I was not taught this one, I'm also learning it with you. So, ayan, let's all learn it together. So that's all, everyone. If you have any question, any clarification, or any suggestions with regards our topic, with regards your activity, please feel free to message me via Messenger. I will answer you as soon as I can. Okay? So that's it, everyone. See you. I hope to see you in our next video. Good day and God bless.